How do you do? I'm Dustaroo. Welcome to part 3 of the Great Rework series. We've covered Michael, or the starved version of him that puts up as much fight as you do in your dreams, a pushover. And then we have Freddy, who has the same amount of flavor as a big slab of birthday cake that you left out on the counter for a week during a heat wave. It makes me ill taking a bite. Now we come to Behavior's dirty little secret. The character they wish to forget, and wish you did too. The dynamic duo, the monsters at high MMR.
Prepare for trouble!
Make it double!
Team Rocket blast off at the speed of light!
Surrender now or prepare to fight!
Meow, that's right!
The twins. One of Behavior's most interesting technical achievements, conceptually. Gameplay-wise, we have a lot more misses than hits. The twins are a personal favorite of mine, not high on that list of favorites, but up there more so than a lot of them. So when it came to the first non-licensed character I would like to rework for the series, the twins were kind of a no-brainer. Since we're still waiting on the twins rework they claimed we were getting last year, that's now going to come at some point this year, kinda seems obvious they don't want to rework the twins, and would rather just forget about them, or have no idea how to rework them, or, if they did rework them, how they wouldn't break the game doing so. So here we go. I played a lot of the twins when they first launched. Glitches be damned, I loved Victor as a concept, and I was willing to stomach all of the issues that inevitably would have come with something so out of the normal for the devs. It was new, and it was definitely a good amount of work, even to get semi-functional. The twins did have a lot of work behind them, and passion as well. You can see their story being a huge part of the overarching lore of Dead by Daylight, and not just some story about struggle that made them into a killer. Behavior wanted this character to do well, and for whatever reason, maybe it didn't sell well, it was just too buggy and too much work, they just forgot about them, or let them fade into obscurity, which is kind of sad and actually kind of fitting for the characters of the twins. As these two stories start with them attempting to escape persecution by their fellow countrymen for the crime of being deformed. They were forced to live on the run with their mother, but eventually, as their mother fell ill, Charlotte was tasked to be the breadwinner of the family. And the only way this was possible was resorting to theft and scavenging. For the rest of the twins' life, even after Victor passed away, Charlotte lived her life as a vulture, hiding in the shadows, always moving forward, being followed not far behind by the ignorant and those with ulterior motives. Charlotte hoards, scavenges, and uses her ingenuity to make do with what she has to get to another day. And yet, with that being such a key part of her character and the main focus of her skills, it's not really represented in her power. Instead, all we got was Charlotte being the equivalent of a missile ship carrying locked and lethal anti-fun Victor missiles. Victor's a really fun concept, but I feel is incredibly overtuned, so that those with the experience and the skill with Victor can absolutely devastate even the strongest loopers. With Victor being the only real aspect of the power, it does make sense why it is so strong, but it doesn't mean it's very fun to go against.
So I'm gonna pay you $100 to fuck off. Leave me alone.
And kinda too simple to play. Of course, you can use Victor as like a radio tower. But even then, it just becomes a survivor getting close enough and he becomes such a ruthless threat again. What I want to do, and I think I succeed in this, is adding more depth to the twins, giving them both an equal role in dispatching survivors, instead of Victor doing the heavy lifting. Bad choice of words. Victor being the lethal one. So, let's talk the twins. The twins' power is called Blood Bond. Victor can be released and controlled by Charlotte at any given time. Once Victor is released, he is left stationary until possessed by Charlotte or commanded to a toy soldier. Toy soldier. Charlotte can craft and place toy soldiers around the trial, which she makes through scrap collected through chests around the map. She then can command an unbinded Victor to walk towards it, where he will remain stationary until Charlotte commands him to move to another soldier, or takes possession of Victor herself. A total of 6 toys can be placed anywhere in the map at any given time, besides within 24 meters of a hooked survivor. Any toy soldiers placed before the hook stage will remain where they are. Toy soldier auras can be seen by Charlotte and Victor at all times. Toy soldiers can be destroyed with a quick kick by the survivors, in a similar way they kick Victor, but there is no noise notification alerting the twins of a toy's destruction. Scavenged Scrap. To be a little more true to Charlotte's nature for scavenging what she needs to survive, likely these scavenged items belong to somebody else. If you place a lot of value on that purple medkit you bring into the match, I would be careful, because it would look awfully bad as a pile of scrap. Introducing the new scrap mechanic, making chests a little more interesting. When the twins enter the trial, they cause 4 additional chests to be spawned around the map. Charlotte is aware of the auras of all chests at all times around the map. Charlotte can spend 2 seconds at a chest to collect scrap to craft a toy soldier. Chests with items will reward enough scrap for 2 toy soldiers, while an empty chest will only reward 1. Open chests will stay open for 60 seconds. Afterwards, they will close, allowing Charlotte and unsuspecting survivors to open them again. Charlotte can find items on the ground such as toolbox, medkits, keys, and convert them to scrap, which equals 2 toy soldiers. Victor. Victor's movement speed has been reduced from 6.0 meters a second to 5.0 meters a second. Victor's travel speed while traversing is set to 2.0 meters a second. Victor's shriek range, whether he is stationary or traversing, is set to 16 meters at all times. Survivors who come within 16 meters of Victor while he is traversing will be shown on Killer Instinct, causing Victor to stop and stare in the direction of the shown survivor. His grumbles become twice as loud. Victor's respawn timer after being destroyed is increased from 6 seconds to 20 seconds. If Victor spends more than 10 seconds in a 16-meter radius of a hooked survivor, he will dissolve and return to Charlotte. If a toy soldier is destroyed while Victor is traversing to it and there are no other toy soldiers on the map, Victor will remain in place until Charlotte possesses him or he dissolves. Victor's charge speed, pounce, remains the same. Victor's survivor latching ability is unchanged. It's time to talk everyone's favorite part of the video, add-ons. Toy Sword reduces charge time of Victor's pounce by 0.3 seconds. Soured Milk. This remains unchanged. Tiny Fingernail. Survivors who break a toy soldier scream out, revealing their location. Cat Figurine. Toy soldiers are highlighted in red when a survivor is within 32 meters. Madeline's Gloves. Survivors who break a toy soldier are inflicted with exhausted for 20 seconds. Ceremonial Candelabrum. Victor's respawn timer is reduced by 5 seconds. Cat's Eye. This is unchanged. Bloody Black Hood. This is unchanged. Baby Teeth. Survivors spotted by Victor while he's traversing suffer the blindness status effect as long as they are spotted and 30 seconds afterwards. Weighty Rattle. Survivors removing Victor are broken for 30 seconds. Stale Biscuit. Charlotte receives a 10% haste for 10 seconds after collecting scrap from a chest. Sewer Sludge. Victor's respawn timer is reduced by 10 seconds. Rusted Needle. Survivors opening chests are injured and afflicted with deep wounds. Madeline's Scarf. Survivors within 32 meters of Charlotte opening a chest scream and reveal their location and have their aura revealed for 5 seconds. Victor's Favorite Soldier. Breaking a toy soldier inflicts oblivious to the survivor for 30 seconds. Spinning Top. This is unchanged. Forest Stew. Increase Victor's movement speed by 0.5 meters a second. Drop of Perfume. Survivors who break a toy soldier have their aura revealed for 8 seconds. Silencing cloth. This is unchanged. Iridescent pendant. Survivors after crushing Victor are exposed for 30 seconds. And that's the twins. When I heard about the twins entering the game and seeing how they were 2 separate entities, I imagined them as some kind of multiple map pressure kind of character. The first character who could pressure 2 locations simultaneously. Well, we did kinda. Instead of multiple map pressure like 2 full bodies, it turned out to be the Queen of Slugs and the Prince of Slugs. Instead of 2 bodies, we got an M1 killer and a Speedy Gonzalez if he ran through a couple rounds of chemotherapy. There's a lot of things to like about the twins. Victor trick shots are fun and adds a little bit of fear that we all kinda lose after a certain amount of hours playing Dead by Daylight. He can block off loops to cut off survivors, but you can kick him or stun Charlotte if she is currently in possession, breaking chase. You can choose to hold Victor for a certain amount of time at the cost of not doing actions, and not hearing if Charlotte is nearby. There is a lot to love about the twins, and there's just as much to hate. They are a bug-riddled mess, where game-breaking or game-altering bugs are the norm rather than an inconvenience from time to time. The slugging playstyle is a snore. Sure, it's fun to get so many downs in quick succession, but then you have to go pick up all your trash you left on the ground or risk a fine. No littering. It's not fun, especially if someone crawls away and you can't find them. Now you're just sitting around for 2 more minutes, not able to do anything. I want the twins to have map pressure. I want it to feel like you're facing 2 different opponents in an experience unlike most others in the roster. I'm a big sucker for summons or any minion-based characters in anything, really. So the twins were going to be such a breath of fresh air. But once I went to inhale, someone pointed their ass in my face. I think lowering his speed will do wonders for his overall lethality, but still leave him as a credible threat if stumbled upon while traversing the map. Perhaps he should be a little bit slower, but I can't test it. You need to be creative with your toy soldiers, because if you just place them next to generators, you're going to lose them very quickly. That way survivors don't just feel like they're being oppressed by another 3-gen killer. You have to collect your resources and use them well, or you will be punished. You could still use Victor like you could before, but now he's just a lot less of an oppressive threat.
Oh, I know how to kill him.
Ooh, ooh, kill him. Ooh, 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 kill him. Ooh, ooh.
I want to make a trade. Overly oppressive chase to significant amount of map pressure. Remember, all of this cannot be tested, so any numbers being slightly too high or too low on cooldown, amount of toys, whatever it may be, would be adjusted with testing, but since this is not possible, don't take them with 100% commitment. This is about ideas and what could and wouldn't work well. A discussion and hopefully improvement for loved and unloved characters. So, that'll be wrapping up the Twins rework video. Was it what you were expecting? Disappointing? Surprising? Kinda what you were looking for, so please let me know in the comment section below what you like, what you may have a problem with, and we will cover it in the update video going over community feedback and reaction. So, lastly all to say, thank you all for watching, I'm Dustaroo, and I will see you all real soon. Bye bye!